Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome to this week's episode of the 13th Floor Podcast. I'm Cece.
I'm Alex.
I'm James.
And I'm going to sing Song You Mood.
Wow.
Because we're talking about something very near and dear to my heart today.
Musicals.
No, not musicals. I'm talking about theme parks.
Oh, it makes you want to break out in song.
Yes, it makes me want to go to Disney World so bad. James, how are you?
Doing well. How about you guys?
We're good. We're good. Our life has been taken over by the Switch 2, which Alex bought. I'm not sure.
Nice.
Listener, if you're unaware, if you don't follow Nintendo, there's a new handheld Nintendo device that Alex has gotten his hands on.
It only has one game.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's the updated Mario Kart, but...
I got CC to play with me. It's the first time we played a game with each other in a long time.
It's true. I beat his boat.
You beat me one time.
Once. But listen. James, he was so concerned with this Switch because we pre-ordered it from Target, and then they canceled it. And I thought...
They canceled it 3 weeks later.
Yes.
So like 2 weeks before it comes out, pretty much.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I called and I was like, what happened to this? And they were like, there was a problem with your card. And then I'm like, oh crap, did I not pay off the credit card? And I thought it was my fault. And then I found out I did pay off the credit card and that wasn't a problem. And then they were like, we'll let you know when it's back in stock. And then they called and they were like, hey, do you want to order it? And I thought it was a scam at first because, like, why would Target call and let me know that it's back in stock? Hey, you want to order over the phone? It was just weird. But it was truly them. It was truly them. And then Alex got the notification that it was going to be delivered when we were out of town.
Oh, goodness.
The stress. We paid our babysitter, Miss Savannah, $20 to come and rescue it off our front porch the day that it
Nice.
Yeah.
We didn't want to risk it. We didn't know what the weather was going to be like. Listen. This baby, it's a little hard to find, you know. You got to take care of it.
It's his new personality.
Yeah, I've been cuddling it in bed. Just getting little kisses.
All I hear is in the background of my life is Mario Kart music. Have you been playing any games lately, James?
Because of Oblivion, it was so good. I've gone back to Skyrim, and it's again. I played it before all the DLC, so it almost feels like a different game. So worth it.
Man.
Wow, I'm so proud of you, James.
James loving those Bethesda games.
Do you play in front of spiders?
I do not, and it's probably for the best because sometimes you got to kill spiders in that game.
Oh my god, that's terrible, James.
Yeah,
I haven't been playing any games other than a little Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's like the only thing you've played.
But
yeah,
I had an icebreaker for you, James, because there's been some news lately, and I'm like, I want James to weigh in on this news.
The riots.
No, we are not talking about that. You leave that to the side. Listen, Taylor Swift has gotten a hold of all of her music again, supposedly. I am not a huge Taylor Swift fan, but James, I know you are, right?
Sure.
I want to know, are you a Swiftie or are you a no thanks?
Oh, I thought I was going to riot. That was a little disappointing.
I know, I thought I was going to too, and it didn't come out that way.
I think she's got some good songs, but I'm pretty apathetic in general. That one she did for Hunger Games was really good.
What'd she sing for Hunger Games?
I'm a Hunger Game, baby. Oh, yeah.
I think it's called Safe and Sound. It's a very eerie song, very different.
You're right, James. You know, I'm sorry. Listen to this.
What?
James,
Do we have a Swiftie over here?
James knows more Taylor Swift songs than I do. I know some of them, okay?
You know several.
Yeah, I know several of them. But I think for me, it's just, you know, people are so obsessed with her that it makes me want to not be obsessed with her, you know?
I'm a contrarian, too. I will say there is a conspiracy, if you want to call it that I tend to believe, which is that at least in the early years, Taylor Swift was a 4chan user.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so what is the conspiracy? Like the reasoning behind thinking this?
There was a lot of weird little posts that would happen where somebody would be like, guess where I am, guys? And it would just be a random person because, again, it's all anonymous. But it would be scenery where she would show up. And that was kind of weird. And then similarly, somebody made a post and they're like, Trips names my cat, which don't worry about the explanation for how that works. But the person who got Trips named the cat, and it ended up Taylor announced her new cat and it had that name. And it was kind of like, that's a little weird that this person happens to be in the same areas as her and the cat situation. I'd give it a 75% chance of likelihood.
Or where it's just a stalker, which I'm sure she has many.
Yeah, could be.
James.
All right, I'm hoping this Taylor Swift, she just got off her albums. I hope the situation goes a little bit like the Britney situation.
Like
free
she shaves her
Britney.
head?
Free Britney.
No.
And then it turns out Britney should never have been freed. I'm hoping she destroys her albums by like George Lucasing them.
I wish the best for her. But
I do think it's best when artists own their own stuff. I think it's wild that they don't, that's not the norm.
I agree with that. But I still hope a George Lucas moment happens.
oh my gosh, Alex.
Listen, the sooner she can not be talked about,
She re-records all of her stuff with Jar Jar voice.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
I'm gonna marry you, Juliet.
no, do that except with the Shake It Off song, please.
Let's see. Shake it off. Misa gonna shake it off.
Perfect. All right, I don't know how we can top that. I think it's time for us to hop on into our topics. And I'm starting today because I'm talking about I am talking about Disney, which is what's kind of inspired this. Because Alex and I, we have our own Disney conspiracy, okay? James, have you ever been to the Disney park?
I have. I was a kid, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you remember how bad the water tastes there?
No.
It tastes terrible.
It's only at
Magic Kingdom.
two of the parks. It's Magic Kingdom, and one of the other ones also tastes bad.
It's awful.
But Magic Kingdom especially.
They're like, it's the sulfur in the water in the area. Whatever. I don't care. I think that they keep it that way on purpose because this is Disney. They could make their water taste normal. Okay? So I have a theory that they keep it that way so that you'll just go and buy the drinks.
I can believe that, yeah.
So gross.
The water's so nasty.
I'm always like, maybe this water fountain won't taste that bad. And then I drink from it and I'm like, no, it tastes
straight sulfur.
Tastes like booty
I was
butt.
probably just dehydrated the whole time as a kid. They were probably just giving me Mountain Dew and saying, have at it.
There you go, James.
So was that your topic for the day? Is it my turn?
No.
James' turn?
I'm talking about some other things.
Oh, okay.
Because, I knew that there were parks internationally, and it's on my bucket list. I'm going to go to every single one of them. But I don't think I realized there are 12 parks internationally. And there's going to be a new one that's opened in Abu Dhabi.
But some of them are just licensed.
Yeah, some of them are, but still, it's a Disney park, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Disney's still going to get a kick back from that. Like the Tokyo Sealand, which our babysitter who saved Alex's precious Switch went there recently. And she said it was one of the nicest parks that she's ever been to. And I think the reason for that is that it's not owned by Disney, so they throw the budget out there, but it's very nicely maintained.
It's just Japan in general.
Well, I think it's called Tokyo Sealand or whatever. But it's
done
all
research on this, I could tell.
It's all sea themed. It's nautical themed. Isn't that amazing? I want to go there.
That does sound pretty cool.
Yes, but then I started looking into the Haunted Mansions because Haunted Mansion is my personal favorite ride at Disney. I love it.
You know a ride I liked that is no longer there, and I just realized it because you talked about all this water stuff and
What?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Didn't they used to have a little submarine ride? Yeah,
They
that
did.
was cool.
I think that it's turned into
that was cool.
the Little Mermaid ride.
Yeah.
Which is just blah, if you ask me. We got stuck on that ride so many
all right.
times. But the Haunted Mansion, okay? That's what I'm talking about. There's one in Tokyo, because there are 5 haunted mansions around the globe, but not all of them are haunted mansions. In Hong Kong, it's called Mystic Manor, and due to the culture, they don't want to be focused on dead people, right? They don't want to be focused on ghosts because that's
it's a big no-no. You can't release a lot of horror movies over there because they're like, ghosts are bad. Time travel.
No, they revere their ancestors who have passed on. So it's a cultural thing, okay? So instead, it's called Mystic Manor. And it's about some guy and his pet monkey. And his pet monkey opens up some box, and it makes all of the objects in the house come to life.
That sounds infinitely worse.
It sounds pretty creepy. I have not watched the video. There is a video, because if you go on YouTube and you search Disney rides, which that's one thing that I watched was what's it called? The Frozen ride that's in Tokyo. It is so much better than the one at Epcot. I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. I want to ride this one.
I have to ask. I mean, I would assume that they speak Japanese on it, so you have no idea what they're all saying. Like, if you went, if we went,
yeah, I think so.
Would it be "Let It Go" in Japanese?
I don't know. And that's one thing because they are they cater to all of the different languages.
Yeah, they do. Which is why I'm like, well, maybe they'd want it in native language.
I don't know.
Like, I sing "Let It Go" in Americanese, you know what I'm saying?
I can't remember. I think it's mostly like the instrumental music, you know?
Okay.
Let's break those barriers, man.
Sure.
Think outside the box. Yeah. Like the monkey opening up the box in Mystic Manor, okay?
Sure.
So I thought that was very interesting because now I'm like, now I need to go to this. But each of the haunted mansions at all the different parks have different kind of themes to them. And the darkest is said to be Phantom Manor at Disney Paris.
Oh, what a shocker. The French have the darkest thing.
Yeah, it's a bit scary. But this is the thing, okay? And this is not about the haunted mansion.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is a bad segue.
No, yeah, maybe. But I thought this was very interesting. Disneyland Paris used to be called Euro Disney.
Oh, yeah. I think
I remember that.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. It opened in 1992 as Euro Disney, and apparently around the park you can still find a whole bunch of ED, like all the
ED. It's a big problem in Europe.
Euro Disney. But listen, all the Europeans were like, "This is boring. This is boring." So let's change the name, and now it's Disney. Oh no, he's got himself giggling, James.
Yep.
Naturally, an ED joke is what sent off Alex today.
All right.
Ay, caramba. Anyways, all the castles around the parks are very unique, and the one in Disneyland Paris is colored pink to make it a little bit more fantastical. Because they're like, you know what? If there are all these people in Europe that are coming to see this, chances are they've probably seen like real castles.
Yeah.
So we need to make
ones.
this one extra special, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty nifty. And then you know what I started thinking about? Paris is the city of love. And I started thinking about love, and I'm like, you know what? I wonder how much it costs to get married at Disney World.
Like a wedding at Disney?
A wedding at Disney World. Alex, don't look at my notes. I want you guys to guess.
Oh, gosh.
Does it cost to get married at
Probably high 5 figures. I'm going to say 30.
I would think something like that, too. I want to guess 15 to 19,000.
Look at him. Cheating, James. Okay, listen. Per DisneyWeddings.com, which is like the source. It has all the pricing for you. Minimum, you're going to pay $15 to $19K. And that's if you get married at a resort.
Oh, okay. So that's not Disney. That's not Disney. Like, that's not the park proper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the park proper?
The park proper is going to cost you anywhere between $40,000 to $100,000.
Oh, no.
Cheaper than I thought it would be. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't pay that.
James, I hear you poo-pooing the idea. Are you telling me you don't want to get married with the Cinderella's castle in the background?
The pink one.
No, not the pink one. I'm talking about the one in Florida.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm good. Yeah, I don't want no palaces or ED signs or anything of the sort.
James is not willing to fork over the cheddar to get married. Get Mickey Mouse likes cheddar. Make myself.
That's pretty good.
No, it's not really. James, don't.
Being nice, yeah.
No. Magic Kingdom After Hours, the venue fee $40K. And then if you want that backdrop, it's going to be a lot more expensive. And there are a couple of spots that are actually cheaper than that. Like, you could get married in front of the Tower of Terror, which, that might be someone's theme. That's going to be cheaper. That's going to be, I think,
interesting.
20 to 25K. If you want to get married at the train station, it's going to be 20K. But I'm like, who get married at a train station? I don't know. Maybe it's special to some people. I'm sure it's special to some people. If you want to get married there, you go there. But catering, this is where the prices start to climb. Okay.
Oh, this is including that?
No, that's with everything. But like you've got the venue fees, and then you've got the catering, and the catering brunch. If you get married at brunch, is $140 per person. Lunch is $180, and then dinner is $240. Like, that's expensive. And guess what, you guys? On top of that, there's a 26% taxable gratuity and service charge.
Good.
And the 6.5% sales tax.
This is like horror for people who like to save money, which is me.
Yeah, no, it's so much. But I'll be honest, I absolutely love it. The food at Disney. If I'm going to go to Disney, that's the whole reason I want to go to Disney. Forget the rides. I want to go and eat.
She wants to spend all of the money.
Yeah. Listen, if I'm there, I'm going to eat Mickey Mouse shaped everything, okay? And I'm not going to feel bad about it. But the most popular foods are the Dole Whip, which is delicious.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've heard good things.
Turkey legs, which I don't understand. I have never once
see turkey legs there.
Well, I have never once in my life been like, I could go for a turkey leg right now.
Oh, see, that's Thanksgiving. I always got to get dibs on one because I love me some turkey legs.
That makes sense given the setting, James. But picture this, okay?
It's a theme park thing.
It's 90 degrees.
Yeah, I can see a Ren Fair like turkey leg, which is kind of funny because it's anachronistic because there were no turkeys in Europe in that period. I mean, they're an American bird, but Disney and turkey legs does seem kind of weird.
It's weird. Okay?
It is a little weird. Honestly, I don't remember seeing them very much.
You know what they should have?
I've seen them.
They should go full Peruvian, and because they're related. Because they probably can't serve actual mice, but they should have skewered, grilled guinea pigs.
Oh, definitely. I think we should take that up.
Like, if you're feeling sadistic, you could wave it in front of Mickey and be like, "Look, I got your cousin," and start taking a bite.
He would gasp and fall to his death, James. Guess what the last favorite food is? Popcorn. I'm gonna do. I've got another question for you guys. Alex, avert your eyes. Can you guys guess how much it is estimated that Disney makes every day on popcorn sales alone?
How much money they make?
Yes.
I mean, it's probably like $17 for a flippin' popcorn, first of all.
It's 13. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
13. So I'd say 1.3 million.
That's a big guess, James. Every single day. It's a little high.
Every day.
You say that's a little high?
Yeah, it's a little high, but you know what? I'm going to give it to you. It's hard to do math. I can't do math in my head. Even though you did your math right, but listen. A website called Disney Day-to-Day Estimates.
Wait, you didn't even let me guess.
I'm sorry. Did you want to guess?
I would say for the year.
Answer.
For the year, because you said James guessed so high. I would say it's like 5.2 million a year.
Alex, you're done. You're not looking at my head anymore. Disney Day by Day estimates that is the annual figure, which would likely make.
Did you do the math for the daily?
It would mean about $184,000 a day.
Yeah.
Popcorn alone.
See, I was thinking there's so many people there. I was like, they probably go through 1 million buckets of popcorn.
It's a lot of popcorn. It's about 14,000.
All those Disney adults, having a few.
Hey, don't be hating on Disney adults. Listen, okay, that's the conservative estimate of the $13 poor person bag of popcorn.
Yeah.
If you want the premium popcorn, you're going to pay closer to that 7. You're going to be paying more, okay? To get it in like a little R2D2 bucket, whatever.
That's the only scenario I'd maybe do that, and I still wouldn't do it.
Well, listen.
I wouldn't buy popcorn at a theme park. Like, I'm sorry, it ain't happening.
No, I don't want no popcorn. I don't even like popcorn.
I love popcorn.
You guys are crazy.
Oh, yeah, I love popcorn, but I'm not doing it at a theme park.
Well, I make my popcorn at home.
Yeah, that's right.
The popcorn revenue at Magic Kingdom is said to roughly cover the cost of fireworks, which can be around $50,000 daily. So it would cover that and then some.
Wow.
And outside of those things, you know, there are obviously...
Oh, no, that's the popcorn revenue just at Magic Kingdom covers the firework cost at night.
Okay. All right, Alex, do you want to take over?
Well, I just wanted to make sense. People are like, well, she just said 184, and then she said 50. It makes sense.
Thank you for helping me.
You're welcome.
Oh, wait, listen. Outside of that, there are a lot of other really popular foods. But the one that I tried that I really adored was, quote unquote, the gray stuff at Magic Kingdom.
What's the gray stuff?
It is a Beauty and the Beast reference.
Oh.
From Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest.
What is it?
It was like a little mousse, chocolate mousse, and we gave some to Valerie, and she ate.
Great. Oh, yeah, it was great.
It was gray, and she ate the heck out of that stuff.
Yeah,
she loved it. It was really good because we ate at I can't even remember the Be Our Guest restaurant at Disney World last time we went, and it was wonderful. Yeah, the Beast came in, he danced around. He didn't come to our table. But we got there, and Valerie started having an absolute meltdown because she was afraid of how dark it was. Or was it Archer? I think Archer was the one that was scared. Because they put us in the wing.
The lightning.
Yeah, they put us in the wing where the Beast has supposedly, he's destroyed the room. And Archer got in there and was like, hell no, I'm not staying in here. So they had to relocate us to a much nicer little area. We're sitting by the windows. It was great. I loved it. But anyways, Alex, just for your own interest, Alex, you guys, I know you probably don't know this, but Alex is obsessed with churros. He loves churros. Every time we go to the farmer's market, this man's getting a churro.
No, I like churros. I would say I'm more obsessed with street corn than I am with churros.
With what?
Street corn.
Street corn.
Oh, elotes. Okay.
He loves. I'm sorry, James. Oh my gosh.
I love my elotes.
Listen.
Did I say it right?
Churros. Yeah. Churros earn them about $164K each day.
Okay. See, that I could see. I would, cinnamon and sugar on a hot day when you're walking around, hit the spot.
I guess. I like churros, but before we continue, I just want to tell everybody, and by everybody, I mean you two men, don't be hating on Disney adults, okay?
I want to do one more clarifier for you.
What?
The 5.2 million is bags of popcorn, not dollars, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Listen.
I was running the numbers, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Oh, my gosh. Driving me nuts. But thank you for doing that and interrupting my defense of Disney adults.
I thought, I don't know. I don't know if there is a defense.
They get a lot of hate, and I don't like it because guess what? I am one. I want to go to Disney World, okay?
I just,
I don't want to go there every single vacation, but I thoroughly enjoy it.
I'll say this. There's nothing wrong with liking Disney, because I like Disney too. But there's a whole thing of making it your personality.
Yeah, that's true. It's not my personality.
That's when things get really weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's like with video games, Alex is excited about his Switch, but he's not posting soy face pictures, on social media.
That's right.
I don't even know what that means. Soy-faced.
Thanks, James.
Don't worry.
It's like this.
Don't worry.
If I take a picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alex has explained it to me. Now I know. And I also know that I'm tired of talking, so I want James. Alex. I want James to hop up in here and tell us a little bit about some theme parks in Russia.
Mother.
Yeah, I got 2 in Russia and 1 in Germany, and they're all weird. I'm going to start with the most weird one, in my opinion. It's the Pripyat amusement park. So Pripyat, Ukraine. It was supposed to open May 1st, 1986, just in time for May Day. But they were canceled in April because something happened in Pripyat in 86. Does anybody?
Oh, I wonder.
Yeah, it's almost like we've covered this before. Oh, yeah. Chernobyl. Chernobyl happened. So this isn't an abandoned park. This would not be a good abandoned places episode because it was never open to begin with. It never happened. Like weeks before nuclear emergency happened, and so it never got used. And as a result, it's just, totally ditched, and it's kind of weird. So some people have even claimed that they actually wanted to open it in advance because they thought something bad was going to go down nuclear-wise, and they were like, this will be a distraction. I think that's absolute nonsense. It doesn't really make any sense. So, yeah, I don't buy it at all. But the Ferris wheel at the park has kind of become a symbol for the Chernobyl disaster just because it is a very iconic thing. It's this beautiful, bright yellow Ferris wheel. It almost looks like, the cages are sort of ribboned or ruffled, so they kind of look like cupcake, the little paper things, the skirts that go around cupcakes. So, it's a really pretty thing, and yet it's just surrounded by nature and empty and desolate, and just there's something very iconic about it. So they had only 5 attractions, really, and there was the Ferris wheel. That was the big one, which I have to say, I make fun of German as a language because it's so utilitarian, but some of the names are pretty funny to me. The Ferris wheel, the actual translation is circular overview. That's what it's called. The bumper cars are called autodrome, which that's actually kind of cool.
That sounds cool. A little steampunky.
Yeah, the paratrooper ride is called chamomile, and I was like, what? Why would they call it chamomile? But looking at the ride itself, the orientation of the little slanted things that you whirl around in does look kind of like a flower. So I'll give it a pass. And the swing boat was called the Russian swing, which I won't even say what that sounds like to me. But I will say the swing boat, whenever I think of that, I immediately think of the swing boat at Kings Island. That was one of my favorite rides ever. You know what I'm talking about? The boat that goes back and forth, it rocks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It always made Alex feel a little bit sick to his tummy.
Well, it didn't used to, but then one day in high school, I got on that ride at a local state fair, and I got so sick afterwards. And ever since then, I've had motion sickness in certain scenarios.
Interesting.
So
it happens.
Because it did it to me.
Nature versus nurture. Well, it's been featured in a lot of things. Stalker, a whole bunch of FPSs actually. Like it'd be easier to name an FPS that doesn't have this park featured in it in some respect. And what's really cool, it's been in a lot of music videos, but it's really cool that it's in The Strain. Do you guys remember that show, the vampire show?
No.
What show?
What?
The Strain.
The Strain?
Yeah, it's great.
Wait,
Well,
it's been forever since I thought about that.
We didn't finish it. I want to.
It scared me.
So funny enough, I didn't either. Actually, I got to.
You know why? We didn't finish it. They recast the kid in the show, and it's not even the same. Like it's not even close to similar as the kid. It's just frankly so off-putting that we.
That is exactly what happened to me in hindsight. That is weird.
And he's like not even a huge part of the show. I mean, and it's just like so off-putting. It's like,
yeah, weird. My second, spooky Soviet era park, I think is a little creepier. It's in Armenia, and beautiful little area, by the way. Like it's called I hope I'm saying this right, Deligian, Armenia. And right on the cusp of their national park, again, this place looks like Middle Earth. It's beautiful. It looks like the flippin' Shire. And then you get to the park. And it's been closed down for decades now. At least it is properly abandoned. It wasn't like people at least got to enjoy it for a time. But what's really spooky about this park is the oxidized metal. There was a lot of metal used in this park, and the overall just disrepair and dilapidation. Unlike the Ukrainian park, where at least there's something fresh and clean about it. It's just spooky because it's abandoned. This looks kind of like a Silent Hill amusement park. Like, everything's rusty, and because it was Soviet era, the artwork is dark would probably be a good description. Like, there's a Pinocchio mural, and it looks like something out of a horror movie. Like, Pinocchio is staring up at the sky while holding a shoe, and he's kneeling, and he looks like he's in awe of something terrible. He looks like Cthulhu is hovering above him or something. I don't flipping know. It's really spooky. Everything is just kind of, it was very bright and pastel, and there was a lot of fiberglass and metal, and now that paint has faded, and the wood has splintered, and the iron has oxidized, and the fiberglass has peeled, and as a result, everything just sort of looks sinister. And one really cool thing about the rides is, I don't know if this is common or not, but there's like a lot of like panic switches over the rides, like little buttons that announce like a siren or something. You basically, like, this will stop the ride and alert everybody, and it's like, is this common, or were they afraid of nuclear war? Like, what was the motivation behind this?
Right.
Yeah.
And then the most iconic, I guess they thought this could compete with Mickey somehow. They had a real big metal yellow dragon, and it also looks like something out of a horror movie. Like, it doesn't have visible wings. The scales are kind of rippled, and most upsetting of all, it has these fleshy, rosy lips that do not fit on a reptile. It does not look normal, and it's doubly spooky because this dragon is now laying in a field, supine. So, yeah, just really spooky, very unpleasant. I recommend people check out photos because, yeah, it's a wonderful example of nature reclaiming things that are ditched, but it also just, again, the artwork is so eerie. Like, even when this must have been new, I still can't imagine taking a child there. There's a Humpty Dumpty mural that I'm assuming is about capitalism, because Humpty Dumpty looks a little bit like a fat cat kind of dude, but he's not an egg, which Humpty Dumpty's never been referenced as an egg, by the way. That's like a weird thing that we all just kind of assume. Like, at no point in Humpty Dumpty does it say, but instead it's an onion. It's a big-headed onion who looks real sad, and his hat is laying in front of him, and this kid's pointing and laughing at him, and the dogs are laughing at him, and it looks sadistic. There's something really freaky about it, and
it makes
whoever painted it, yeah, and whoever painted it has clearly never seen an onion, because it just, to me, if you ask me like, hey, what's this a painting of? I'd be like, some sort of tumor orange. That like it does not look like an onion. I mean, like, I can see the Humpty Dumpty vibe, but I mean, first of all, the leaf growing off the top of his head is not an onion leaf at all. So I know I'm being super judgmental with that one.
Farmer James. Yeah,
just saying, doesn't look like an onion leaf. Onions have long sprig-like leaves. But yeah, it's just a really spooky place, and to me, really highlights. Actually, highlights isn't the right word. It juxtaposes the levity we associate with, like, amusement parks alongside, like, what happens if they don't pan out. So, last one. I'm going to finish on a lighter note. Little palate cleanser. Now I get to make fun of Germany. I love you guys, by the way, but, it's fun to make fun of you. It's called Spree Park, and it was in the Berlin district, and It opened in the late 60s, closed only in 2002 because the fellow who ran it, Norbert Witte, they decided they were going to move to somewhere else because things weren't going so great. Like they went bankrupt. So they decided they were going to go to Peru. Okay, so as a result, the park itself is abandoned. The Ferris wheel is this big, red, pretty Ferris wheel. It looks really cool. Everything's been ditched. But this is what I find fascinating about this one. And this is where we get the dark Disney vibes from this, because this is dark but funny. So, well, actually, before I even... So, when he moved to Peru with his family and some of his co-workers to Lima, they let him ship 6 of the attractions. So he did. And he said, I need to bring them in shipping containers, and we're going to fix them up, and we're going to put it in Lima, or maybe send it back to Germany. We don't know. We're going to do some fun stuff. He seems a little erratic. It seems like he can't make up his mind on stuff. More on that in a minute. But the attractions, this is me making fun of Germany, are Fliegender Teppich, Butterfly, Spider, Wild River, Jetstar, and this is the one... Babyflug. Babyflug. I just think that's one of the funniest words ever. What does that even mean? Please tell us, German listeners. Babyflug. Just nonsense. But it's not really nonsense. I'm sure it means something, but it's just very funny how it's phrased. They actually filmed... I'm sure it means something, exactly. There was a German music video filmed there. There was a scene from Hannah filmed there, which that was a spooky movie.
I love that.
Yeah. I knew when I referenced that you would immediately have a flashback.
It's such a good movie.
Now, this is the funny bit, though, and this is where it ties in with him being a little irrational. So that Norbert Witte guy, he tried to run a Luna Park sequel in Lima, but it didn't work because he got arrested. He was sentenced to 7 years because he tried to smuggle about 400 pounds of cocaine. I'm telling you, I think that's the responsible for some of this behavior. About 400 pounds of coke to Germany.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
How?
That'll put an end to your ambitions pretty quickly.
Yes, it sure will. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Just 3 really weird abandoned parks, one of which was nuclear, one of which was just didn't pan out, and one of which booger sugar.
Booger sugar.
Alex has some weird ones too. None of them are really Disney.
Yeah, no. Well, one of them is actually Disney. My last one will be Disney.
Okay.
All right. So I figured I'd go... a little more fact. I'm going to go fact, spooky, funny.
Okay.
All right. A little jack of all trades over here today. Okay. So first, I want to go into the Orphan Rocker's deadly tests.
What is the Orphan Rocker? Is it some type of roller coaster?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Sounds really cool.
Right. So this is at a park called Scenic World. All right. It's a tourist attraction in the Blue Mountains in Australia, and it's known for having a lot of cable cars, these nice big rainforest walks. Like, it really lives up to its name, Scenic World. It's all about the views and everything else. Now, it was supposed to be like this mixture between scenic and excitement, right? And that's where we start building our roller coaster, the Orphan Rocker. Is going to be boosting this park's appeal. It's not for your grandmas and grandpas anymore. It's for the young hip kids too now.
Okay.
Yeah. And what was going to be cool about this and scenic about it is it was going to be, the coaster was supposed to go near the cliffs of Jameson Valley. And they're real cliffs.
How high up are they?
I don't know. High. I didn't measure it. I didn't go out there and put a yardstick to it. But
some red flags already, but yeah.
Go off it, you're dead.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Well, I think I know where this is going.
All right? Yeah. So, they started testing this thing in 1988. It's supposed to be like really steep, really fast, these sharp drops, tight turns near the cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
A little dangerous, probably, but not if you design it right.
I'm sure OSHA gave it the green light.
Well, maybe not quite. So people that worked within the park and had scoops within said that they started running tests with the coaster using sandbags and test dummies. And during these tests, these things were being thrown off the cliff. So the sandbags and test dummies were just being chucked off the cliff out of the thing during the ride. So
that's just honest advertising. It's called Orphan Rocker. So you're going to be an orphan if your parents go on the Orphan Rocker.
Exactly. So they designed this thing on these really steep gradients, which made it really hard to make this coaster into something safe. Yeah. So they kept working on it. Things. The train never derailed entirely, but they were worried about that happening. So they kept redesigning it over and over and over.
It had to get expensive.
Yeah, it did, because they kept trying to make this thing work for 20 years.
They put in so much time, they're like, I can't quit now.
Yeah.
Did they eventually quit?
Yeah, they 20 years later, they quit. So in 2008, they finally said, never mind, we're done. They tried to put brakes on it. They tried to do alter the track, but nothing could alleviate the issues that were kind of built into the coaster.
There are probably people out there right now that are like, why are you bringing up this horrible part of my past?
Probably.
This is the Australian equivalent of the Titanic.
Yeah, pretty much. So what's cool, though, is that they left it standing, so some people could still drive by and see it when they're on some of their scenic tours around the area, and you can still kind of catch a glimpse of the rusting coaster that has now been deemed permanently unfixable.
What a shame.
Yeah, but good thing is no one ever got hurt. So
yeah, that's good. I was worried that you were going to go into somebody. They decided to test it with a person.
Well, I was hoping for that, but then I was disappointed.
Alex, oh my gosh.
Just kidding. The other one is a little known place in California. It's a park called Buena Park. Or sorry, it's Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California. Yeah. And it's one of the world's oldest theme parks.
Yes, it is.
I got a friend who's obsessed with that place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Davidson and Kim Kardashian went there on a date.
I thought you were saying Pete Davidson was his friend that knew.
That'd be crazy.
I love the park. Well, it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Ever since the 1920s.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. You know what happens to old stuff, right? When it's around for a long time?
If it's not maintained nicely, it falls apart.
That too. But it also means oftentimes there's ghosts involved.
Is there ghosts?
Yeah.
At Knott's Berry
Especially in the Camp Snoopy part of the park.
Snoopy.
The Peanuts part of the park.
Why is there a ghost in the Snoopy part of the park?
Well, who would like Peanuts? Who would like...
An elephant.
No.
James.
A child. Oh. A ghost child.
Oh, goodness.
Who likes to run around and have a good time at the park. A lot of employees claim to have seen this ghost girl at night. Cece gave me a look. And so they think that a lot of them, they call her Molly. And it's a little girl who supposedly died in a fire decades ago.
At the park or somewhere else? Was this like the little girl's, like, my favorite place in the world is Knott's Berry Farm and that's where I'm going to reside? Or was it like an accident in the park?
This is a good question. I tried to look into it. I couldn't find any record of a fire in the area. Gosh. Now, if it happened before the park or early into it, who
or
knows?
Maybe somebody brought the ashes and bing.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's what they meant. For sure.
You never know. Listen, if
they mix the ashes in with the rebar for the rides.
James, you quit that.
So if you are a fan of this park, I'm going to give you two little points that you'll recognize. There's rides called the Timberland Twister and Camp Bus. These are two areas where they claim to have seen her a good bit, and where they see equipment start and stop without keys even in the system. A little spooky, especially since all this stuff is very specifically not meant to work without keys.
Wow.
And now this usually happens after hours. Okay?
It always happens after hours.
Well,
when
it's a
there's
ghost.
no one there.
But the ghosts are going to be there in the middle of the day.
And what is it
But
with...
ghosts aren't fond of noon.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
They're not brunch people.
This is my argument for that. Why wouldn't they be happy with noon? You know,
maybe the sun
when it comes to
burns them like they're
spirits,
Dracula.
why would all spirits be depressed and sad?
Who said that this one was sad?
She's at the Snoopy park, but she's only there at night? That's weird.
So she could be playing.
Up past her bedtime.
She's a joke. All right. So one worker in the 2010s saw a girl in a white dress run towards one of the closed High Sierra Ferris wheel, only for her to vanish when the coaster kind of collided with her, or the Ferris wheel. Like when she got to it, she just kind of disappeared.
That's spooky.
Yeah. Others report hearing giggles and feeling cold spots in the playhouse area. Ooh.
You know what I think is very interesting about this is that there's a very similar myth, apparently, that I was reading about at Disney World, where there's a little girl there that supposedly haunts Tom Sawyer Island.
Well, they need to quit getting burned alive at the theme park.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, apparently the new hires are warned about Molly's pranks during orientation. So,
Interesting.
a little fun there. But yeah, so that apparently there's no official record of her as far as I can tell, but this is something that a lot of people talk about there. Some witnesses claim to have seen. It's hard to know when you have teenagers involved, but who knows? Maybe Molly is real.
All right.
Now, the last thing involves Disney, CC.
My favorite.
This is all about Kilimanjaro Safari. We love Kilimanjaro Safari, don't we?
We love it. We got to see rhinos and hippos and all sorts of animals in February.
Yeah. Did you know Kilimanjaro Safari used to have a narrative?
No.
Yeah, because now it's just a chill ride.
You just go and look at the
narrative.
animals.
You got a guide that maybe tells a joke or two or something. But Kilimanjaro Safaris, when the park opened back in 1998, before it opened, they were, running some of the Disney people and employees and family through some of the test ride, through the tests of the ride. And Kilimanjaro Safari originally really focused on, and it still does, I guess, very lightly, stopping poachers. Right?
Yeah.
And just, the beauty of the world, stopping poachers. Well, the original story, do you know the original story?
I'm reading your notes. So I
quit
know
reading
now.
them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Doesn't feel nice, does it?
So during I get it. All right.
All right, good.
Yeah. During these test runs, part of the story is that this. Okay, so this mom elephant, her baby, Big Red, is taken by poachers at the very beginning, and it's all about rescuing Big Red. That's what the whole ride's kind of about, is you're going to go save Big Red from the poachers. Well, the ride used to end with a dead animatronic elephant on the ground because you failed to rescue Big Red.
What kind of lunatic? Oh
That
my.
can't be real. I don't believe
It's
it.
100% real. And it was this realistic animatronic elephant body that's dead on the ground because he couldn't rescue it in time. And this was
Who
supposed
greenlit that? Who pitched that? Like, let's guilt trip everybody who's paid us a lot of money just to forget their difficulties.
Yeah. It was meant to highlight the importance of conservation, but it shocked everybody so bad.
It's true. They're seen sawing off her tusks.
Yeah.
Oh my
goodness.
So it was so shocking and disturbing to everyone who saw it that Disney had to scrap it at the last minute.
Yeah, they say it, quote, tested very poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
So they replaced it with a lighter poacher chase finale is what replaced it at the end.
Poacher chase.
But yeah, so they never actually showed the dead elephant scene to the two Disney to theme park goers. Just subjected the cast to it.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah, isn't that it's so dark. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. And I almost wish I had seen it so I could say that I saw that original dark ending.
Can you imagine seeing that?
Well, I'm just imagining
it's like the director's cut of Dumbo.
All the kids.
Oh, well, I'm glad that they don't do that. You know, when we were there last, we didn't get to see the elephants, remember? They were off hiding.
Yeah. Well, but we saw some from our hotel.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we saw giraffes, you're right.
Oh my gosh, the memory.
You're right. But yeah.
I'm very happy.
I like how you did not believe me.
I didn't. I'm sorry. It sounds so far-fetched.
So far-fetched.
But it's actually true. And I am blown away.
Little Red. Poor Little Red dead.
Well, you know, that's one of the things that I love about the Disney lore. Because it's like you hear things and you're like, surely that's not true. And then you look into it and it's like, whoa, this actually is true.
Yeah, they used to have all kinds of scary stuff. I saw you looking up a video of
there used to be
scary
a
ride that was in the future area. I forget what it's called.
It's like an alien Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland.
Oh, yeah. The alien encounter thing, yeah.
It was so scary.
I didn't ride it. My parents knew better, but Alex's parents did not, and he rode it.
I was terrified.
Yeah. Now it's apparently a Stitch ride.
Yeah, it is.
I don't remember. Did we ride that when we were there?
I don't remember. I think it was shut down.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I can't remember if it's still there or not.
But I'm glad I wasn't scarred by that. But just the attention to detail that they have at those parks is astounding.
Well, how much detail was on Little Red.
Yeah, I think that was, you know what? I missed on that one.
Supposedly they repurposed that animatronic and put it somewhere else in the park. But I don't know if that's true or not. No one seems to know for sure.
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we know that that's the original, that was the original plan for it. I'm glad they went a different direction. But, you guys, I'm excited for our topic next week. We're going to hop back in with cryptid episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're still trying to figure out some of the cryptids, but I am going to be talking about Cyclops.
Oh, wow.
James, do you know what you're going to talk about?
Odyssey.
I am. I mean, I do. I'll give you a little hint. Appalachia.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And I don't know what I'm doing. So that's going to be a mystery for our listeners and me.
Yes, we'll find out soon. Alex, who does our music?
Our music is by Grant Cook. You can find his music on iTunes, Spotify. Oh, well, it's not iTunes anymore. Apple Music, Amazon Music, anywhere you listen to music.
And James, how do you want to sign us off today?
If somebody tries to peer pressure you into poaching, just say no.
Until next week, we hope that you can
Keep it strange.
Strange.